as always, we look back to our previous game, and we felt like we had a good week of prep. Our guys had energy on the practice field, had good focus in meetings, and get out to play against a good team with a huge opportunity to win against a good program on the road. And really were disappointed in the mistakes we made. Just ball security was an issue, and defending the run was an issue in the first half, and then our guys really pulled together. And the third quarter, we played a really good football. Defensively, we really limited their yards. Offensively, we mixed the run and the pass and had 150 total yards. We scored a touchdown and set up the early fourth quarter touchdown to get within one score. And then just, again, didn't give ourselves the opportunity to win the game with a couple opportunities to drive the football. And so in the end, disappointing loss, but we got to learn from it and move forward because we've got a really tough opponent coming to town this weekend.
What jumps out about UC Davis? What do you kind of see as their strengths here?
Yeah, very good quarterback play, multiple formations, and a lot of different looks on offense. And the one thing I think Coach Hawkins has brought to their team is a really aggressive defensive philosophy. They really play hard on defense and are physical. They'll play physical.
Kind of a rare situation on Saturday, throwing the ball 43 times. How does that sit with you? Is that disappointing? Was that just the nature of the way things developed? What do you think about throwing the ball that many times?
Well, I think it's just what the game called for at the time. Now, you got to understand, these little flips we do, those are passes in the stats, but they're really a run play. So some of those skew it a little bit, but, it got to a point where we felt we had to do that. We call plays that we feel we need to call to move the football to win the game. And, we ran it effectively better in the second half, and I think we ran it a little bit more then, and, that's going to help us. Our guys played physical and made some big plays in situations to drive the ball in the third quarter, and even in the fourth quarter we ran the ball well.
You go back and look at it, what do you attribute some of those turnovers? Was it from Nate? Was it rust? Was it different things that Eastern was doing to him schematic-wise? What was that?
Well, I think the conditions played into it a little bit. The ball was a little slick now, and a couple went off our guy's hands. And with his hands, one time it slipped out of his hands. The one time, we felt it was a forward pass, and it wasn't ruled that way. Those things happen in a game, but there's a few things. He hadn't played for a while, and in tough conditions, that can happen. Obviously we got to take care of it better because we really were pleased. We got off to a good start. We had a good kickoff cover. We got a 3 and out, and then we get to third down, and it was an unforced error that gave them momentum in the game. So you got to address it and correct it and move forward.
Were you surprised at how much they ran the football as opposed to passing it?
Well, we knew they could run the football, and that's the biggest misnomer about spread offenses, that they just want to throw it. They really challenge you to defend the width of the field, and we were disappointed in how we defended it, but not surprised that they attempted to run the ball because they want to run the football. The quarterback was not a factor running it, and that's partly by design, by what the looks the defense gives them. But we were disappointed in how we defended the run the first half. The second half, they ran 30-some plays and had 95 total yards. It was less than 3 yards a play, and we really gave up one score in the second half on a short field. So we adjusted, and our guys played much better the second half.
That leads to Davis. They're a team that is known as kind of that air raid, throwing the football. But they run the football a lot as well. I think they've averaged over 30 attempts a game. So is that? Are you concerned, I guess, that they have a blueprint to see like what you guys struggled with on Saturday coming in here?
Yeah, well, we're always concerned when we don't defend the run to the standard that we expect around here. We've been well known for being a really good run defense and getting us to favorable second and longs, third and long defense, and that really helps us. So Davis is no different than anybody else, but they're very good at running their offense. They're very efficient, both throwing the ball and running it. And they play physical. I think their backs really run downhill, and Meyer's one of the best quarterbacks in the country. He's really difficult to defend, so we're really going to have a good plan and play well to contain their offense.
Did you feel like some of the success you had running the football? Did you find something that worked, or what do you think it was that allowed you guys to find some room?
I think during the week we designed some schemes that we felt would work. Didn't execute them as well as we would have liked early in the game, but we got in, and I thought our guys really played well the second half, and our backs ran downhill and ran hard. Made some guys miss when they had a one-on-one, and I thought James made a big play, early in the game, and then felt like, Cam McKinney added to it, and Dalton had some good runs, so it was a mix of guys, but up front our guys really played physical and got sticky on blocks and avoided penalties during that period of the game where we were doing well on offense.
I know it's not technically your league, but I think we've seen it now that anybody can beat anybody in the Big Sky, especially after last week. What are you making of what this league is kind of shaping up to be this year?
Well, I think our leagues probably reflects what's going on in college football. If you look at scores from one week to the next at all levels, hey, you better be ready. You better have a good week of preparation, and you better carry that over to game day. And that's our challenge this week, because our guys have been working hard and preparing well, but it needs to carry over to game day, and that's going to be a focus and really paying attention to details, that we carry those details over onto Saturday afternoon.
What do you want to see differently or better out of Nate, and is he your starter on Saturday?
Well, we want to see Nate play more consistently. He made some really good throws under some tough conditions on Saturday, but we need to see that at a consistent level, and making his reads, going through his progressions, moving and getting away from pressure a bit. That would help us and help our football team. So we want to see him take that step forward and learn from Saturday, but we really got to look forward here. You got to learn from your mistakes and then move forward.
Is he your starter on Saturday?
Yeah, he took the number 1 reps this morning, and that's, our quarterback position. That's what he's going to do, and we just need him to play more consistently and play like he's capable of playing.
It's a big opponent, certainly first and foremost, but it's also homecoming week. We're going to have a lot of alums back. Speak to the importance of having them back and having that opportunity to play in front of them, and having that type of day in front of you with a big opponent.
Yeah, I think it's always great to have former players come back. I know we're honoring the 79 North Central Conference champs, the 99 North Central Conference champs. We've got a Bob Tofty from the 60s going into the Hall of Fame. Really a special time of year all the time, homecoming, and it's exciting for those guys to get back here. It's exciting for us to have them back on campus, but our focus is we really want to carry on a strong, rich, hard-nosed football tradition, which we have at the University of North Dakota, and we want to display that on Saturday against a very good opponent.